What's up guys, welcome back. Today is day 2 of the rebuild shall I say. I'm back up on the hill rebuilding the track that my brother and I built when we were younger, and so far we have built a new entrance to the trail, which I'll quickly show you in case you missed the last video. If you haven't already watched that, you should go check it out now. But basically I've cut through the bush, built this new entrance to the trail, and that comes down here, and I started building a kicker which is gonna just send you over those sort of grassy ferns and then land into a berm, which is gonna be sick. But what we need to do to finish this section is to trim off some branches from this tree and then open up the entrance to that bottom berm so that you can gap from here into that corner. So yeah, stay tuned to see how the progress goes. Alright, first up, we need to get those branches out of the way, cut off the tree. So I've got the chainsaw up here, got my safety equipment, so we're good to go. We got those branches chopped safely, and yeah, now we can get on the shovel and on the pick and start opening that turn up. Alright, that was a pretty big shift on the tools. Berm's starting to take shape a bit. That's looking pretty good, I'd say. But the dirt here is so dry at the moment, so kind of just going to have to wait for a bit of rain, I think, to let this settle in before we test it. But the section's looking pretty good. Pretty happy with how it's coming along. I'll check back in tomorrow for the next part of the build.
3 days later.
It's been a few days since I've been up here on the track, but I've actually still been doing some digging. This last time I came up here I also didn't have the SD card in the camera, so just thought I'd crack on with some work, but haven't filmed anymore, so I'll just give you a little rundown of what I've been up to. So I've done some more work on this turn. As you might notice, I've changed the exit of the turn, and before it used to finish like here, and it was a bit of a shark fin kind of turn. But because I've made the gap into this corner like quite a bit bigger, I want to just have this as a full catch berm, so you can just rail through it. And then I've like reshaped the section and made this little roller coming out. So the goal is you'll land, rip this turn, might be able to sort of like pre-hop out into this roller, or use this roller to pump and kind of build momentum for the next section, because it goes slightly uphill. So yeah, that's the main thing I've done. I've also done a little bit more work up here, which I'll show you. So this bit is actually bedded in really nicely. We've had some rain, which has helped let the track settle and pack in. So this is all quite solid now. Could actually ride this. But yeah, we've got this take off, jump over, still have this beeline option open too. And then just started doing some work on this section. We have the new cleared run in. Just made this little lip here. I kind of want to put a couple more rollers in on this straight, and then you'll come in, pop off this little lip here, land into this kind of like bermed landing, and that should set you up into that like step down jump. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to. I think today I'm gonna mainly focus on this top section. Try and dig in a few rollers here just to like get the flow of the trail going, and try and get this section here like built up into a bit nicer of a corner to sit you up into the track. So yeah, that's the plan. I'll chuck you up for some time lapses, and yeah, sweet. Okay, I've made some pretty decent progress. Kind of just shaped this bank here so it's a good bit of a start of a berm, and I'm going to keep on cutting out this bit and putting it up onto the left, so it's like just a nice smooth arc coming in. Should line you up to that jump nicely. And I've just got Martha, who's come up to help me.
Hi.
And we're going to continue working on this top section. I'm going to get Martha to start making some rollers in here. So that's the very start of the trail, just up there. And because it's fairly flat, I feel like it would be a good way to kind of get into a nice flow of the trail by having a couple of rollers, and then you'll pop off this into that turn and then drop in. So we'll get working on that, and we'll check in a bit.
One week later.
So, a little update for you. Another day on the tools. We're a little bit further down from the gap into the berm, and I've just had the time lapse going. Just been working on this new berm section here. So this just used to be kind of a sketchy off camber into a tight corner into that berm at the bottom. Now I've just built this big old berm there. So we come around this kind of tight drifty turn, drop into that berm, hopefully rip that. Whoa. And then here, gonna just like push back off the bank and then rip into that berm at the bottom. If it needs it, we might build a little bit of a berm in there just to help set you up into that bottom berm. But pretty good progress. Needs a little bit more on this berm, and then gonna jump out of this turn and like ride the off camber and then drop into another little catch at the end of that straight. So it's coming together. It's gonna be pretty fun to ride, I reckon. Had Martha and my mum actually helping today, so it's made things go a bit quicker. Yeah, so it's coming along. I'll give you another update soon.
Later.
So just chipping away at this section here, trying to build up that takeoff. It's going to be a sick wee jump, I reckon. Like gap out of that turn, kind of like ride this off camber, hop back in, and then boost that. As I was digging, found this wee guy here. Don't know if you can see him. Actually pretty decent size. That's just a bush spider. They actually dig little holes in the ground and make their nests underground. Yeah, pretty cool.
The next day.
Okay, another day on the tools. Just taking a look at what I did last time, creating this jump here. It's actually packed in pretty well. It's looking pretty solid. And now I'm just going to work on the next section. So landing the jump somewhere around here. This is all old track that's not really been touched. We've got a right-hander here, which is pretty mellow now. It's kind of all just settled in over time. So I'm going to be rebuilding this berm, probably cutting into the bank a lot to build up this berm. And then coming through here, the track takes a left turn, and I kind of don't like how far uphill it goes. So I'm actually just going to take out a couple of these trees here, just open up the inside of this turn, and then kind of like smooth out this, move the dirt up into there, and then the track will merge back into this berm here that's already there. So I'll take out a couple of these trees, reshape this, and then the trail will carry on down there. So yeah, that's the rough plan for today. I'll chuck you up on the time lapse and get stuck into it. Sweet. Just opened this section way up, so now we'll be able to make this corner bigger and a little bit more mellow, and then have a nice little left turn going into that next section. So yeah, we'll start on digging out this right-hander and building it up a bit. Sweet.